Hi everyone, this is RN Reddy. In this program, we are going to calculate the student marks and displaying the student total marks and average marks. So as per the requirement, first student ID is 123 that we are going to store into a variable called SID, and student name is David. We are going to store into a variable called SName. And first subject marks is 60, storing into one variable called M1. Second subject marks is 70, storing into another variable called M2. Third subject marks is 80, storing into third variable called M3. And calculating the total marks of the three subjects and storing into a variable called tot marks. And calculating the average marks of the three subjects and storing into one variable called AVG marks. And finally printing student ID, student name, and student total marks and student average marks with the help of variables and user friendly messages. So this is our requirement. For this requirement we will go in 3 steps. Step 1 is design with OP. Now we are going for step 1. Here we are going to do the design with OP. Let's see the design. So design with OP we are going to see here. Creating one variable called SID and value is 123 and type is integer. And another variable name is SName and value is SName is a variable name and type is string and value is David. And another variable is M1, value is 60, type is double. And second subject is 70 and variable name is M2 and value is type is double. And third subject marks storing into a variable called M3 and value is 80 and type is double. Okay, now we are going to calculate the total marks. For that, M1 plus M2 plus M3, that is 60 plus 70 plus 80, that is 210 is the total marks. And LHS we are creating one variable called tot marks, the type is double. And now what we are doing, implementing assignment operator. This assignment operator is assigning the 210 value into your tot marks. Okay, right hand side value is assigning to left hand side variable. Now after this we are going for in design doing the average marks. What is average marks? Tot marks by 3. So here you can see 210 is the tot marks by 3. That value is what? 70. This is RHS. Now in LHS we are creating one variable. What is the variable name? AVG marks and type is double. Now here assignment operator is assigning the right hand side average marks into your variable called AVG marks. And now we are going to print student ID is 123 and student name is David. So this ID is coming from here and name David is coming from a variable called SName like this. And total marks is third value is nothing but 210. 210 is coming from a variable called tot marks like this. It's coming. And next average marks is, what is the value? 70. The 70 is coming from a variable called AVG marks like this coming. So this is our design. So here I have done design with the help of document, but student for his practice should do this design on paper with the help of pen or pencil. Then it will give you more clarity. The design you are doing with the based on your given requirement. Now we are going for step 2, that is nothing but you are going to write the program. To write the program, we are going to open our Visual Studio. Now in our Visual Studio, we are going to implement the program. In our previous application which we created in My Console application, we are going to write the program within the main method. So as per our requirement, into SID 123, student ID, string SName equal to David. Next, double M1 equal to 60, first subject mark, double M2 equal to 70, second subject marks, double M3 equal to 80. that is third subject marks. Double tote marks equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3. Double ABG marks equal to tote marks by 3. So now we are going to print here. What exactly you are going to print? Console dot write line student ID is concatenation operator SID. Next, console dot write line, we are printing student name. Student name is name. Console dot write line. Now we are going to print total marks. Total marks. And we are going to print average marks. Console dot write line. Here AVG marks we are going to print. And last statement should be console dot read line. For a better practice for students, I am advising you. I am writing the code with the help of design in Visual Studio. So for your better practice, you write this code on paper first time. Second time you write the code on Visual Studio. Let's compile the program. To compile the program, we will use build solution. When you compile the program, if you don't have any compile time errors, you will get a message called build succeeded. Build succeeded means the program compilation is completed successfully without any compile time errors. Now after this, we'll run the program. For that, debug, start debugging. When you run this program, you will get a message like, you will get an output like this. You will get a output like this. Successfully you got the output like what you are expecting. That is student ID is, student name is, total marks is, average marks is. So now we want to see this program in the third step. That is nothing but tracing. First we will open the digital board, and with the help of digital board and pen and paper we will do the tracing. So step 3 we are doing now. Try to understand all of you. Step 3. Step 3 is nothing but what you know, tracing. So what is tracing, sir? You can ask me. Tracing is nothing but executing the program line by line with the help of pen and paper. Now you see OP. You see OP. And I am doing in digital board. You guys please do with the help of pen and paper simultaneously. Whenever you are doing tracing, what you have to do, where your cursor will move when you run the code, so that point you keep tick mark. With that we can understand very clearly. Now when you run this program, your .NET execution engine called CLR starts from main method. So that's why control is touching the main method first. So I'm putting tick here. After this it will execute first line. Here it will create a variable called SID in the memory, and the value of this SID variable will be 123. Then after this, control will go for second line. Here it will create another variable. What is the variable name? S name, and the value is what you know, David. And after this, control will go to third line. In third line it will create a variable called M1, and the value of this variable will be 60. Then it will go to another line. Here it is creating another variable called M2, and the value of this variable will be 70. I'm very sorry, it is 70. Now control will go to this line. Here it will create another variable in the memory, that is M3 variable. It's storing third subject marks called 80. Then after this, control will go to this line. Here first it will execute the RHS, nothing but right hand side. M1 that is called 60, M2 that is called 70, M3 that is called 80. So the total marks is 210 will be in RHS. Next it will execute the LHS, nothing but left hand side. In left hand side it will create a variable called tote marks. It will create a variable called tote marks, and after this, control will execute the assignment operator. In assignment operator it will assign the 210 into tote marks variable. Then after this, control will go to this line. Here RHS that is right hand side will execute tote marks, that is called 210 by 3. 210 by 3 that is called 70. And after this it will execute left hand side. In left hand side it will create a variable called AVG marks. It will create a variable called AVG marks. Then after this it will execute assignment operator. In assignment operator it will assign 70 into this variable. Okay, after this control will execute the console.writeLine. Console.writeLine will print student ID is and it will print the SID value. So SID value is coming from this variable that is called 123 and move the cursor to next line. Then after this control will execute console.writeLine and it will print student name is and sname. Sname value is coming from a variable called David. A variable called sname and value is it will print David and move the cursor to next line. Then after this control will execute this line console.writeLine total marks is total marks that is called 210 will print and move the cursor to next line. Then after this control will execute console.writeLine average marks is it will print average marks is AVG marks. AVG marks is nothing but here variable contain AVG marks is 70 and move the cursor to next line. Then after this control will execute the console.readline. Console.readline is holding the command prompt window until user press an enter key. Once user press enter, it will leave and it encountered the closing brace of the main method and program execution is completed. So my advice to all students, just when I am doing tracing, simultaneously you do the tracing on paper. Tracing improves your programming like anything. Thank you very much.